welcome here. Yeah, so, okay, talking again. I want to know if Claire made that pom-pom herself. Can you hear me? Okay. Welcome, everybody, to Unity Community of Central Oregon, our virtual service. We are so happy that you are here with us. We are a welcoming community, and we welcome people no matter where you are. If you're up in Spokane or Sequim, or you're down in Florida, or you're in Texas, or you're right here in Central Oregon, sitting home in your bed with your jammies on, watching us, wherever you are, we are happy you are here. And we are happy whoever you are and however you are showing up in the world. Black lives matter to us. We welcome people of all races. We are a community that says we are all equal, beautifully diverse expressions of one love, one wisdom, one life. And however you show up in the world, whoever you love in this world and however you love, you are welcome here. Thank you for being here. Let's say our mission statement together. We are a vibrant, welcoming, multi-generational, prosperous community, embodying love and awakening spiritual consciousness. So let's take that into song with Soulshine.
Well, here you go. Eric, why don't you lead this one? All is well, I can rest, I am safe, all is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe, all is well, all is well, I can rest, I am safe, all is well, all is well, I can rest,
well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well. All is well. I can rest. I am safe. All is well.
So we are going to move into, well, first birthday celebrations, right? Because it's the beginning of the month. So happy birthday, all you people who were born in June.
And we're going to sing Happy Birthday, Everybody, just so there's no... Ready?
Okay.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Woo.
Okay, thank you so much. So now we're going to turn to all our other celebrations with, wait till you see this getup, Ms. Claire Kubota.
Guess what I'm celebrating today? I'm kind of got the combination graduation and Las Vegas showgirl is kind of what I feel like. This is my niece let me borrow her cap, and she last night came up with putting up with one of her party decorations on there. There we go. Or
We're just having a little technical difficulty here with camera. Just a minute of patience, because when you see this getup, you're going to be so glad you were patient and didn't click and go do something else that was shiny. We want to thank all, or congratulate all of those people who are graduating this year without the typical fanfare. Okay, here we go.
now, whoa. Wait. Let me get my getup. More technical difficulties. There we go. Okay, I'm doing the Las Vegas. Is it on? Okay, it is on. Okay. I've got half graduation cap, half Las Vegas showgirl going. This is my niece's graduation cap. She just graduated from Bend High, and we had a little celebration for her yesterday. They did an amazing online service. We also have someone else who wants to celebrate graduations, and who might that be? Let's see. And Zeke. Thank you, Zeke. All right. So, and then we have someone else who has a celebration. Eric, you want to share your celebration?
Yep, if I can get Zeke to quit blocking me so I can get to the mic. There we go. Okay. Yes. Melissa and I are back in the saddle again in that we have decided to resume Weight Watchers. And I was quite pleased. I was dreading it because I've been basically doing what I wanted for a year. And I was pleased to find out that I did not gain all the weight back that I had lost. Only 3/4 of it. But that's not the point. The point is fresh start and all that stuff. So we're almost a week in and feeling great. So I wanted to celebrate that. Kind of proud of us for doing what we need to do to stay healthy. So there we go.
Yay. Nice job, Eric.
Back in the saddle.
All right. So here are some celebrations that got sent in to me. We have quite a few celebrations for the peace marches and rallies that have been going on, and so I'm so excited that some of our community has been out and participating in those. Thank you, people. And some changes already being made in law enforcement changes and rules and restrictions. Anita is celebrating her health and love and joy, which we should all be celebrating that too. Remember, there's always things to celebrate. In times like this, I'm just gonna do like this. Let's see. Tamara texted in. She's celebrating you. Which is that me? Are you celebrating me, Tamara, or are we celebrating? I think we need to celebrate everyone in our community. Let's just do that. I think that was beautiful. Yay. Sean is celebrating that her daughter encouraged her to sign up for a diversity training. It's a free online class, and she is already just blown away with the things she is waking up to. So she's going to share the information on that training on our Facebook page, so you guys look for that if anyone else is interested. And also Jane has been posting, she put some links in the newsletter for those of you that are interested in how you can learn more. And then also Ron wanted to celebrate just the awakening and the equality and compassion and peace, and put that out there for that. And our last celebration is our garden fairies. We had some amazing people come out yesterday, and we're going to show you what they did. Good morning, Unity Central Oregon. We are out at the Unity Garden, and as you know, yesterday they had a garden work party. And so I want to celebrate all our little garden fairies who came yesterday and worked so hard. We've gotten more stuff cleared out, more plants planted, and things built in the gated area and mulch laid. So super exciting. So thank you all who came to help yesterday. All right.
Okay. The technology is certainly putting us all on our edge, but they say when you stay in your comfort zone, nothing is happening. You're stagnating. So we are green and growing here at Unity Community. So let's move into prayer. I was reading this morning this beautiful poem by Meister Eckhart. He was a mystic he lived from about 1260 to 1340, something like that. He was a Catholic monk and a scholar. The Catholics weren't so fond of him, and I think they were getting ready to drag him before the Inquisition when he went ahead and died, so they never had that opportunity. But he was somebody who, if you ever have an opportunity to read his writings or his poetry, it's just beautiful. And this one is called The Hope of Loving. And I'd like to take this into our hearts for meditation. What keeps us alive? What allows us to endure? I think it is the hope of loving and being loved. I heard a fable once about the sun going on a journey to find its source, and how the moon wept without her lover's gaze. We weep when light does not reach our hearts. We wither like fields if someone close does not rain their kindness down upon us. Right now, as we join in protests all around the world, we are holding people of color, especially the Black community, who has waited 400 years for us to rain the love of our caring upon them. We have allowed the fields of their lives to wither because it wasn't our field. And this is our time to appreciate that their fields matter, that it isn't just their bodies, although their bodies matter. It is the whole field, the circumstances in which they find themselves that are so unequal. And so in this meditation, let us hold that whole community, which is our community. We are not separate. They are our neighbors. They are our kin. And we hold them in our heart now with love in the silence, and let our love rain down upon their fields. And now let us move into prayer. We pray for our country, that we may at last break through the impasse that has created walls instead of open fields. We pray for our leadership, that they are inspired from the heart to lead with grace, that they are inspired to change the laws so that all are treated fairly. We pray for those who are mourning, whether it is from violence or coronavirus or other reasons. We pray that they find comfort, and that somehow that they know and can sense the enduring presence of those they have loved, who are no longer in form, but are still with them. We pray for the graduates who are moving out into a world which seems very uncertain, that they know inside them the strength and the wisdom and the love that they bring, for they are here to change this world, and they are equipped. Even if they don't realize it, they have what they need. And we pray for our younger children who are looking around in confusion and anger at this world with its injustice and lack of caring. And we pray that their hearts are strengthened by love rather than anger, that what they see motivates them to go within and find answers that they bring as medicine to the planet. And we pray for their parents and their grandparents, that all those who are tasked with raising this next generation have the strength and the wisdom and the love to guide them during rocky times. We pray for all those who are out protesting, that their bravery is met with protection, that they are safe physically in the protests, and they are safe physically from the coronavirus. That the statement that they are making from a peaceful heart is so beautiful that nothing can touch them and harm them. We pray for all the people who are feeling discontent and impatient with all the effects of our quarantine, that they have the gift of perspective. Let us take this time when we are frustrated about what we can do and use it as a sacrifice. We think about the Black people and all the things they have not been able to do for 400 years. From days of slavery, through segregation, through being afraid to go out and drive a car. All the restrictions that they have endured, as we endure the restrictions in our time, let us endure them with solidarity and love and offer it gracefully rather than being mad about what we have to endure. Let us hold all of these prayers and all the prayers that are in your hearts, all the prayers that you will write in your prayer claims and send to us to hold with you. All of these we hold in this basket of love, knowing that we create from a higher dimension. We do not create from circumstance. And let's move into song and just affirm that truth now.
Breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let go and know I breathe in and know I am. Be still and know I am. Let go and know I
Love is our ultimate reality, everywhere present and whole. It radiates abundantly and continually creates good in my life and in my world. as we gratefully acknowledge the presence and power of love now, we see the people and circumstances we hold in prayer healed and illumined by love. And so it is.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing there in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer. Let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be, yeah. I said let it be, let it be, let it be, Lord, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be, yeah. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let it be. Let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom.
That's beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you. Well, for sure, we are in our hour of darkness. And there are many things that we may be called spiritual community. We need to remember that our particular medicine for this world is spiritual. Individually, we may go and may write to our legislators, we may do all kinds of things, but we must remember the spiritual help that is available for us on that dimension. Mother Mary represents the great feminine. That's the heart, the compassion. That's there always to tap, reassure us, to help us get through the night when everything feels like it's just going on forever. I remember one time I was in a situation over in Thailand where I was in a motel, and through choice of my own responsibility and not very bright at the time, it wasn't the safest situation. And I was really nervous about would I make it through the night. And there were mosquitoes in the room, so that made it worse. And I stayed up the entire night reading a novel just to keep myself awake because I was so afraid of what might happen. And it seemed like morning would never, ever come. Okay, how's that now? Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Nico. So anyway, I thought that night would never end because I was in fear for my life. And this is the situation that so many people are finding themselves in now. At that time, I was not particularly spiritually aware. I don't think it even occurred to me to pray, let alone go into meditation or some transcendent space that could have been available. I just was reading my novel and hoping for the best. When we find ourselves as a collective community now in this situation, we are spiritually aware enough that we can turn to a higher dimension to find the answers that we need. We can remember that the truth of who we are is light. And that light is love. It's a love vibration. And there can be no other in that. Whether the other to us is determined by the color of skin, or the other is determined by the role that they play in society, or the other is determined by their personality and the way that they're showing up. When all is light, and that's all that there is, there can be no other. How do you measure where sunlight ends and where it begins? It's all light. We, humanity, we, the earth, we are all light. I've been listening to a video by Bruce Lipton and reading material that he's written, I know that some of you have been exposed to him, and if you haven't, please make sure that you become exposed. He is really on the cutting edge of science meets spirituality. He started out as a microbiologist who discovered through science that our genes do not determine our destiny. Our consciousness determines our destiny. Our consciousness determines what genes are activated. So we do not inherit disease, as Myrtle Fillmore said long ago. We are responsible through our consciousness for what comes into our field. Right now, we have a field that is troubled. And so we need to use our consciousness to bring more compassion into the field, more love, more light. It doesn't help to become angry, even though as humans we may feel angry. And it's okay to feel it, but don't stay there. As the old saying goes, when you're going through hell, keep going. Don't stay there. Don't stay in those negative states. Feel them and keep moving. We need to bring the light of compassion, the wisdom that comes from a higher plane. We need to open up to higher vibrations that are coming onto our planet at this time. We do not remove darkness by shoveling it out. We remove darkness by turning on the light. And that is the medicine that we bring. One of the things that I love about what Bruce Lipton talks about is the development of the cell and how we measure intelligence or consciousness. And it has to do with how much protein is contained in the membrane of the cell. And as the cell becomes filled in the circumference of the membrane starts going inside in this pattern until the cell is completely filled with membrane, turned in on itself. And then that is the most intelligent cell that you can have. And that would be the end of evolution right there, because it can't hold anymore, except that what happens next in the story is that cell combines with other cells and creates a community of intelligent cells, and that community becomes a new organism. And as that organism grows and becomes more intelligent, utilizing all of the intelligences of the individual parts of it, it up-levels to the next generation. It combines with something else. And now we have an even greater organism. And that is the place that we are right now. We are in a point of evolving to include everybody in one organism called humanity. Up until now, we have been in individual cells called human beings. And we have gathered in some cells called this community or that community, and we have seen them as being all separate, but they're not separate. Now is our time to combine and see that this is one organism, the human organism. And as we combine into that organism, then the next leap is to combine into the organism called the earth, that includes all the animals and includes all of the rocks and all of the trees and everything, until it's all one organism, planet Earth, and we are individual cells in this organism. And when we know ourselves as that, now we have the ability, we have fully evolved as a planet, we have the ability to combine with other planets of consciousness into something that is beyond our ability right now to imagine. But we are in an ever-evolving cycle. We are evolving into consciousness of ourselves as light and connected. This is most important. It's more important than anything else that we are here to do, is to mind our consciousness so that we can all connect as one. One people, one planet. Duality is just a perception. It can be useful, and it is not truth. Truth is one. We are one. Even our brains are built in with what's called mirror neurons. That means when you see something outside of yourself happening, you feel it as if it is happening to you. So the trauma that George Floyd, for example, experienced and was caught on video is being experienced by everybody who watches the video. It's being experienced by the ones who caused that. Nobody gets off of that. It's being experienced by those of us who only heard about it and didn't watch. It's being experienced by people around the world. We are acting as a collective organism because truly that's who we are. And we are saying this cannot happen. We cannot breathe in this way. We must recognize that we are all one. We must utilize the tremendous power of our hearts that is so far greater than the power of our minds, especially our brain mind. The heart mind is what we need to activate. And trust that there are solutions that are coming from this amazing heart that is not just a personal heart, but is tapped into the heart of all that is. This is a microcosm, not a separate entity. We learn about fractal patterns now in society, that you have this small example. So when I talk about Bruce Lipton's work with cells, on the smallest level, you're talking about bacteria and amoeba. But the fractal pattern means it just keeps going out, and it's always the same pattern. Microcosms mean you have everything in the small that is in the large. We have already all that we need within. And we access it through the heart. That is our portal. It's our portal to all of our answers. But the heart speaks quietly. And if we don't stop and get quiet, if we just get caught up in all of the circumstances and the emotions that are flailing around, we won't hear the wisdom of the heart. And that's what we need to hear. So this week, I encourage you to protest if you feel you can do that safely and that feels like a call. I encourage you to write letters to congressmen to demand changes. I encourage you to take acts of kindness. But mostly, I encourage you to go within, to listen to what are you personally being asked to do. Trust that the answers are there. Not everybody's answers are the same because we have different expressions. We don't need everybody to go get someone a glass of water. But we need everybody to listen to their hearts and to take action based on what our own heart is telling us. And if we listen carefully, we will hear the message that we are one light. We will hear the message that there is a vibration that is raising, that is coming in, that is helping us. We will hear the actions that we can take. It's all in the heart. It's all in the heart. And our hearts are completely interconnected. There is no people whose lives do not matter. And right now, we are focusing on the people whose lives have not mattered to our society. Because we know the truth. They are part of us. And we are all in this together. We are one people, one light. Let us remember. Let us take the action that is ours to do, so that altogether, the light that we are, the humanity organism, becomes strong and beautiful and true. Namaste.
La da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da. All that I am, all that we are, shining in love like an infinite star. One with the all becomes one. All has been here since creation begun. So break down the walls of illusion and fear. Seek for the truth and the truth shall appear. For all that I am, all becomes one, shining in love like the infinite sun. All are one light the way. I receive of the love that you're giving, and there's no other way. All are one is the essence of living. La da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da. Follow the pathway that lies where you go. Look for the truth in the things that you know. Seek for Jah wisdom so high and so pure. carry it with you through all you endure. All that I am, all that we are, shining in love like an infinite star. One with the all becomes one. All has been here since creation begun. So break down the walls of illusion and fear. Seek for the truth, and the truth shall appear. For all that I am, all that we are, shining in love like the infinite star. All are one, light the way. Shine every night, every day that I'm living, and there's no other way. All I want is a way of forgiving. All are one, light the way. Shine every night, every day that I'm living, and there's no other way. All I want is a way of forgiving. All are one, light the way. I receive of the love that you're giving, and there's no other way. All I want is the essence of living. All are one, light the way. Shine every night, every day that I'm living, and there's no other way. All I want is a way of forgiving. All are one, light the way. I receive of the love that you're giving, and there's no other way.
Oh, thank you, Victor. That's such a beautiful song, so appropriate for right now. We have just a couple of announcements. We have 2 groups that are starting this week. There's a Unity Basics group that is starting on, I think it's Wednesday, it's June 10th. And then Thursday, June 11th, there's a Prosperity Circle. There is no charge for either of these. They're a way for you to get involved and feel like you're part of the community. The Unity Basics group is 4 weeks, and you'll be able to be a member if you would choose to do that at the end of it. The Prosperity Circle is not a class, it's a group of shared wisdom. And in each of these, there's only room for 1 or 2 more people. If you can't get into the group, we'll be starting other ones, but go ahead and sign up right away so that you get all the information in time, like the Zoom link that you'll need. So I hope that if you haven't done either of those yet, you will. They're both really powerful. So let's just go into it. We have some new spirit groups that we'll be announcing next week too, so be sure you check the newsletter. And we also want to thank our gardeners out there. That was so amazing. We had 16 volunteers, and we had they spent 45 hours on that, and they even saw a hummingbird. So whatever it is they're planning out there is working. And I want to give special thanks to Mita today, who is doing the translating, and now she'll have to thank herself in sign language, but I feel so blessed that we have someone in this community who can just single-handedly expand our community to those who have not physical hearing. So thank you, Mita. We really love you, and we bless you on your ministry of ministering to deaf people. I am so appreciative to everybody in this room, all of our tech crew, the fabulous Kubotas, Kalinda, who's holding the light, our Soul Shine crew here. It's just wonderful, all of you. We couldn't do this. I could not do this by myself. And I am so thankful to the community, because how distressing would it be for us if we got done with this and checked on Facebook and found out that nobody was watching. The fact that you are sticking with us week after week, that you are sending in donations week after week, it means so much, because you are the glue that holds our community together. We may have the actions that are up front that you see, but you behind the scenes, attending, praying with us, sending in those prayer claims and the offerings and the comments and all the things you are doing. Your heart is the glue. Never forget that, and we are so grateful to you. So let's take all of our offerings. You can see the number to text it to. You can go online to our unitycentraloregon.org website, and if you haven't done it yet, make sure you do, because the new look is beautiful, and you can just donate right there. You can mail it to the P.O. box. Whatever works for you, we are happy to accept it. So let's just sing. We are so blessed. Let's affirm that.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. So grateful. I am so blessed.
So we take this virtual basket of love expressed as prayer claims and offerings, and we say together, from the love of pure spirit within us, we bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good work in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And let's move into the prayer of protection with Soul Shine. Thank you for being here today. Don't forget to join us in the Zoom room.
The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, because I am. I am. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, because I am.